Macau in April, net income climbed to $52.4 million or 42 cents a share. Sales and earnings both beat analyst estimates. Paul Gordon is with me for more analysis on that. Paul, Macau versus Vegas, how do they compare?
Well, Vegas definitely the outperformer here. It seems not quite enough for investors, intriguingly. Although sales and earnings beat estimates, the shares in Wynn fell 3% after hours in the US, and opening here in Hong Kong, Wynn Macau down about 0.75%. That said, take a look at these numbers. Macau, 74% revenue growth last quarter. Nevada, 2%. Profit in Macau, loss in Nevada. That tells you something, and it's a longer-term story than just one quarter. Take a look here at Wynn Resorts going back to 2006. Here's Macau revenues going from $1/3 billion to 1.8, whereas Nevada, just over $1 billion basically all the way through. It's a stagnant market at the moment. So 50% higher revenue now in Macau than in Nevada, and that's all changed just in the pace of 3 years. Wynn is by no means the biggest player. Worth noting, there's that revenue of $1.8 billion. Las Vegas Sands, almost twice as much, $3.3 billion, and SJM, Stanley Ho's company, $3 billion. So Wynn, if he wants to be the biggest player, he's got some way to go. That said, take a look at the tycoons behind these companies, starting with Stanley Ho. Of course, he had a 4-decade monopoly in Macau. Steve Wynn and Sheldon Adelson, not the best of friends by any stretch of the imagination. They've had some criticism of each other's businesses, but they're all doing very nicely. Steve Wynn, $1.6 billion net worth, according to Forbes magazine. Stanley Ho, $2 billion. Sheldon Adelson and his family, $9 billion plus change, and that's after almost going bankrupt during the financial crisis. You've got to thank Macau.
Oh, yeah, and if Macau is where the money is, then it makes sense for Wynn to expand there, no?
And indeed, that's his plan. A conference call after the earnings, he said that they're going to be opening a new property on the Cotai Strip, the reclaimed land where a lot of the new casinos are in Macau. He said it's going to go beyond any of his earlier developments. He said it's going to be a notch above any other casino. He also said he has government support for this. He expects to open ahead of MGM Grand, which is opening a new casino just across the street from that same property. So Macau, one of the most densely populated islands in the world, the gambling capital of the world by some measures, looking to get even more crowded, and these three tycoons, they're going to have to keep chomping at each other's ankles.
Our own high roller there, Paul Gordon, thank you. Now, a deal to create the world's biggest online gaming company is underway. Party Gaming plans to acquire bwin Interactive Entertainment in a reverse takeover valued at about $1.8 billion. The new company would